Hello, everybody. How are we doing? All right, we are here for our Christmas stream, part 2. Probably only gonna go for maybe a couple hours, 3. We'll see how it goes. Um, Hold on a second. What? Okay, thought Sweetie was calling me. All right, let's get into it. We're gonna be playing Cthulhu Saves Christmas now. We are not going to finish this tonight. No. I just want to put that out there already. We are not going to finish this tonight. But at least it'll be a good game to come back and forth to. And it's pretty linear, so shouldn't get too lost. So without further ado, let's get into it. Holy smokes, that is loud. Alright, that was really loud in my ears. There we go. We are definitely going to do the sane. These games can be quite difficult. Yeah, no, we're going to do sane because I actually have never played through this one. I think I got it on a deal, Steam deal last Christmas, and I never did actually play it. So let's get into it. Was the night before Christmas when all through Rylea, not a creature was fighting, no one afraid. No stockings were hung by the chimney with care, they all had been naughty, no Saint Nicholas there. Cthulhu was nestled all snug in non-Euclidean space, with visions of destruction lighting up his cold face. When out on the altar there arose such a clatter that Cthulhu toppled out of bed to see what was the matter. There shall be no more poetry in my game, narrator. I promise nothing. But what's this? A present? From Santa? This cannot be. Goodness knows I've been anything but good this year. And yet it was a present, and it did have a tag indicating that it was from Santa. Cthulhu opens the present. Yarg! What foul sorcery is this? A dark mist envelops Cthulhu, stripping his power away from him. Not my power? That's one of my favorite things. Without my power, how am I supposed to destroy the world? No, this shall not stand. I shall have my revenge. I shall not rest until the blood of Santa adorns my blade. Excuse me, but I do believe this is a family-friendly game. Do I look family-friendly to you? Plus, the game is literally called Cthulhu Saves Christmas. And save it I shall. Santa has lost his marbles. He must be stopped. To the surface world, my quest for vengeance begins. Alright, and we are into the game. I remember it. I think I remember the controls for this. Okay, we'll figure it out. On the beachy shore, bordered by the cliffs of insanity, Cthulhu spots a maiden beset by horrible monsters. Sorry, moving some things around. Alright. Yeah, I hit it. There you go. A tutorial battle approaches. Basic tutorial 1. Recharge items and hyper. Okay. Most character abilities can be used once, and then they're disabled. Use a defend command like rest or recharge characters' abilities. Okay, I've played a game that has similar controls to this, so this is not something that I am unfamiliar with. Items are shared by the party. They are recharged at the start of a battle, but cannot be recharged mid-battle. Characters gain a hyper point each turn. When the character reaches their maximum hyper amount, they go into hyper mode. In hyper mode, abilities are enhanced. They may deal more damage, have more targets, or other bonuses. Plan ahead and make sure you have a powerful ability ready to take advantage of hyper mode. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Normally I forget all that crap. Alright. Slash, Tentacles, Dark Blast, Unstoppable, Taunt, Bury, Lightning, and Necrocomic. Insane Bane. Okay. What the heck? Okay, that switches. Essentia. Sometimes the essence of a video game comes alive and tries to kill you. I did say this wasn't really a serious game, right? I want to check my gun. Seems like it's pretty. We're gonna drop that down a wee bit more. There we go. That seems more in the realm of probably better on everybody's ears. Okay. Let's do Slash again. Victories. All enemies defeated, you gain 2 XP. Thank you. Oh my gingerbread. You're Cthulhu, right? Just look at me. These tentacles and wings don't lie. I know granting boons is not in your nature, but I'm sure you'll make an exception for... Oh my god. You'll make... Here we go with the puns. Hard pass. Don't get your tinsel in a twist. Don't get your tinsel in a twist. I just need a teensy tiny favor and I'll be sure to make it worth your while. I doubt that, but continue. I am the Snow Maiden, Crystal Claus, defender of the Winter Highlands and spreader of holiday joy. I need your help to rescue my grandfather, Santa Claus. You're kidding, right? Have you seen the title of this video game? She's not kidding. The League of Christmas Evil has kidnapped Santa Claus. So pay the ransom fee and be done. They don't want money, they want Santa out of the way, so they can take over the holiday for themselves. They have been sending anti-presents, packages that when opened give the recipient the opposite of what they most desire. That must be why I felt my power draining. If they were powerful enough to kidnap Santa, they must be packing some serious firepower. And since your name is literally in the title, and you have to be super strong, right? True, I am indeed mighty, even when operating at less than optimal levels. If you help me rescue Santa, I guarantee that you'll permanently be on Santa's good list. No more coal, actual presents. And if I were to wish for the power to destroy the world? I'll make sure it's granted. Really? Santa is going to give me the power to destroy the world? That feels off-brand. He might have reservations, but I'm sure when I explain to him what happens at the beginning of Cthulhu Saves the World, he'll be fine with it. You have a deal. I shall save Christmas only to destroy it. Cthulhu and Crystal Claus have joined forces. Okay. No, I want to keep playing. When did I hit? Get that out of the screen. Basic Tutorial 2. Running Menu Save Encounters. Hold the cancel button while moving to run faster. Yeah, whatever button that is. Or you can go to the other settings menu and set running as the default. What just happened? Hello? I don't know what it did there, but okay. Press the main menu button. You can adjust your equipped abilities, change your equipment, and more. Don't forget to save often. The save menu can be found in the system submenu at the main menu. While traveling dangerous areas, the encounter meter will fill up. When full, you'll be attacked. If you press the confirm button quickly when a battle is about to start, you can avoid the battle. We're not going to be avoiding any battles. Did you see me earlier playing? After defeating a certain number of enemies in a single region, the encounter meter will stop filling up, allowing you to explore freely. You also get some bonus XP when you clear out all enemies in an area. If you're feeling bloodlusty or just want more XP, you can start a battle manually from the main menu. Do the bare minimum, destroy everything in sight, or anything in between. The choice is yours. So how do I get to that? No. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Aha! Found it. Tab. Alright. Well, let's save the game, number one. Maybe I had... Wait, that looked like the save that was already there. Meh. How do I get out of here? Oh, backspace. Okay. Other settings. Movement, run. Okay. Basic Tutorial 3, Insanity abilities and Unite moves. Each character can equip 4 regular abilities and 1 recharge ability, and the remaining 3 slots are your Insanity ability. This is the status. I haven't even had that much whiskey yet, either. Alright. Sanity abilities aren't chosen, they just pop up randomly from abilities you don't have equipped. Okay. As you level up, you get... Wait a minute, where'd my camera background go? I don't want my background. I like that background. There we go. As you level up, you'll gain more abilities, including some that only have a chance to appear as insanity abilities. Don't like the current insanity ability set? Whenever you recharge your abilities, the game re-rolls for new insanity ability. Okay. I don't quite understand what that means, but we'll run with it. One more thing, now that you have 2 characters in your party, you can use a Unite ability. Each Unite ability can only be used once per battle and cannot be recharged. Unite abilities start out weak, but the longer the battle progresses, the more powerful they become. Okay. Unite abilities gain 10% charge each turn. Unite abilities gain a 10% charge each turn, maxing out at 100% on a character's 10th turn. Using a Unite ability while hyper gives it an extra 20% charge beyond the listed amount. It's like you used it 2 turns later. None of this makes sense to me. It's whatever. The extra charge cannot exceed the Unite's ability 100% charge cap, but can be used for more powerful Unites earlier in the battle. That is all for now. We will now return you to your regularly scheduled battle already in progress. No enemies defeated. Gained 11 XP. Got a pain pill. This item bestows a buff that lets you survive a fatal blow. We're not gonna die. Who in the world thinks we're gonna die? Got a strong wand. This weapon for crystal isn't actually that strong. Well, sweet. Equip equipment. Oh. Equip. Crystal. Your basic wand, not ya basic wand. Cthulhu leveled up. Sweet. But a crystal. Shadow Sword. This weapon for Cthulhu boosts his dark damage. Sweet. Okay. She now's got the boots with the fur. Jack Frost, so you're the one who is up to no good. Release my grandfather. Ho ho ho! The League of Christmas Evil has lived in the shadow of that old coot far, far too long. Now it's our time to shine. If by shine you mean that the Japanese word for to die, then you are correct. ... It's a JRPG. You have to admit some of the players are familiar with melodramatic Japanese battle cries. I don't have to admit anything. That's the point. With the big man out of the picture, I'm in charge. You talk big, but this is early in the game. There's no way that you have the stats to back that up. Basic tutorial for ailments. See, we're not even out of the tutorial yet. I'm a tutorial boss? This cannot be. Where was I? Basic tutorial for ailments. There are 7 ailments: insanity, stun, disarm, poison, charm, enrage, and vulnerable. The first and most important ailment is insanity. Make an enemy insane and they'll take more damage from dark attacks and deal slightly more damage. Insanity always succeeds, but other ailments aren't guaranteed. You may need multiple attempts to wear down an enemy's ailment HP. Stun skips a turn, disarm lowers attack, poison takes damage each turn. These ailments are easier to inflict when the enemy is sane. Charm attacks allies, vulnerable lowers defense, enrage lowers AoE damage, and is easily taunted. These ailments are easier to inflict against insane enemies. One last thing, each time you inflict an ailment on an enemy, the enemy gains ailment HP for that ailment, making it harder to inflict again. Are you done? So boring. I was just doing my job. Don't be sad, narrator. I'm sure with the power of the tutorial of ailments, we're sure to win this battle. Ho ho ho, enough tutorializing, let's fight! That wasn't what I wanted to do, but okay, that worked. I can't believe I lost to a tentacle man and Santa's little brat. We slayed you, and don't you forget it. Enough idle chat. Tell us about the League of Christmas Evil. Ho ho ho, you are too weak to deal with the other 6 members of the League of Christmas Evil. Tell us which League member has Santa Claus. Never. You're just going to have to interrogate them all yourself. There's no chance that the next League villain we fight has the claws, is there? The players who spent good money on this game would be rather disappointed if that was the case. They probably got this game in one of those 10 million games for a penny bundles. Let them be disappointed. Since I've been defeated, I might as well give you a tip. You'll never rescue Santa unless you master the power of relationships. Don't you mean relationships? It's my game. I'm from Ryla. The terrible pun stays. Spend time with different people in town to improve your relationships and get cool stuff. I like cool stuff. Defeat the other Christmas League of Evil members, forge lasting relationships with the others, and you just may rescue Santa. Whatever. You can't tell me what to do. If I rescue Santa, it'll be on my own terms. What's this feeling? Oh, I see. I'm being summoned away to a different RPG franchise. Hee-ho! Now that's over with. Let's head to Christmas Land. Well, that was quick. Welcome to Christmas Land, the Christmasiest place on Earth. Vertagen. I can practically feel the goodwill towards men seeping into me. I'll get blitzing on finding our next Christmas League of Eagle target, but it could take me a while. It'll take a week. It will always take a week. You heard the narrator. That leaves you with plenty of free time to take in the sights and make friends. I will forge unbreakable relationship bonds with others, but only for my own dark purposes. And in doing so, you'll discover the love of Christmas was inside of you all along. Or everyone else will go insane and their tormented spirits will make my tummy happy. Either way, it'll be fun. I booked you a room at one of the nicest places in town. Here, let me show you. Crystal takes Cthulhu to his hotel room. Not bad, minion. This room will suffice. Now what should I do with the rest of my day? It's time to go to sleep. But it's not even noon yet. Doesn't matter. One activity a day. Them's the rules. You're not the boss of me. Cthulhu feels incredibly tired and decides to go to bed. Aw, he's so cute when he's sleeping. I wonder what would happen if I stick his hand in a bowl of water. It's now Christmas Eve the 2nd. This feels wrong. Spend time with Crystal rewards shield roll. Spend time at the mall, reward fencing sword. I just figured out what this game is trying to be. It's trying to be a ripoff of Persona. I get the pun that Jack Frost did now. Oh, that's horrible. All right. So if we do spend time at the mall, we get a fencing sword. Spend time at the post office, we get an enchanted tunic. Spend time at the movies, we get a snow robe. Spend time at the soup kitchen, we get a fur tunic. When we start an expedition, we get a big-ass sword. Oh, what the hell. Let's spend time with Crystal. Cthulhu decided to spend some time with Crystal. So what's fun to do in this joint? I have just the place in mind. Crystal leads Cthulhu to a large park. There is a large outdoor ice skating rink filled with happy skaters. There's also a massive Christmas tree that's so tall the top can barely be seen. I love it here. Being able to control ice with a wave of my hand makes it easy to do so well at ice skating. But besides that, it's so peaceful here. Sometimes I like to find a bench to sit on and just gaze up. Look at the star on the tree and also look at the stars in the sky. Cthulhu, do you remember your first Christmas? I'm Cthulhu, so I say no, I don't. Do I look like someone who celebrates Christmas? No, Santa decided early on to skip our house on his yearly trip of delivery. I'd see all the other creeping evils enjoying their brand new train sets and pop guns, and what did I get? Nothing. But even if you didn't get presents, didn't you ever feel something deep within yourself? A lighter heart, a joyful spirit, a sense of hope? I'm too busy being evil to notice such trivial feelings. I can see that I have a lot of work to do if I'm going to get you to understand the joy of Christmas. But I'm just the person for the job. Oh, I'm so excited. I'll make sure to have a strategy all planned out for maximum Christmas spirit. This is going to be so fun. I can hardly wait. On the way home, Cthulhu spots a dog chewing on a weird-looking stick. A short tussle ladle. The dog ladle. A short tussle later, the dog is relieved of its chew toy. Cthulhu got a shield wand. This weapon for Crystal boosts her defense. It's now Christmas Eve the 3rd. So we could get a mystic cloak, an enchanted tunic, snow robe, fur tunic, or a big sword. I kind of want the big sword. In a bar, Cthulhu discovers a lead on a cool expedition. Cthulhu sends Crystal to go complete it. Crystal returns. We left Christmasland and took a bus to Innsmouth. I had a good feeling. This area is famous for unholy abominations, but I tried my best. As a result, we were able to get it. There was one inn that really stood out. I booked a room with faith. Inside was a treasure I'd never seen before. A big sword. So this job was a big success. You got a big sword. This weapon for Cthulhu is very big and very sword. Sweet. Enchanted tunic or the mystic cloak. Enchanted tunic. Cthulhu decides to go to the post office. It's very busy. Welcome to the post office. How can I help you? Are you hiring? Of course, Christmas time is always our busiest time, so we're always looking for part-timers. So what made you want to apply at the post office? I've always loved mail. Reading mail, moving mail, sealing mail. Me too. I'm quite the mailophile. Always have been. I think you'll be a welcome addition to the team. Cthulhu has been hired by the post office. Now just stop by whenever you've got some free time and we'll be sure to put your talents to good work. Here you go. Don't forget to wear the official uniform. Cthulhu got enchanted tunic. This armor for Cthulhu gives him the unstoppable buff at the start of the combat. Okay, it's now Christmas Eve the 5th. Let's do Crystal again. Cthulhu decides to spend more time with Crystal. Let's go get some ice cream. Cthulhu and Crystal go to an ice cream parlor. It's a cold day, so there aren't very many people there. This is my favorite place for ice cream. The designs are ultra cute and everything tastes amazing. Crystal's ice cream arrives and it's 3 scoops of vanilla set up like a snowman. Cthulhu's ice cream is all dressed up to look like a penguin. Bon appetit! Ice cream is eaten in silence. Not bad, but tormented souls are still the tastiest. Every Christmas day, my grandpa would take me here to celebrate a successful night of work. He'd always order the pistachio ice cream in the shape of a Christmas tree. He'd even do a bit of magic to make the star on the top twinkle. Just the thought that I might never see him again makes me feel... No, I can't even think about it. It's too awful. Crystal looks like she's about to cry. What would Cthulhu do? Try to comfort her or mock her pain? I think Cthulhu would try to comfort her because he's being put in an awkward position. So let's try to comfort her. Cthulhu is on the case. Santa is definitely getting rescued. And if you're lucky, he won't even be hideously maimed by them. That's an option. I didn't realize that was an option. Please tell me that's not an option. It's highly unlikely. 20% chance, 30% chance, tops. You shouldn't worry about it one bit. I think talking to you isn't good for my mental stability. Duh. As a bonus for being the 100th customer of the day, the ice cream shop gives Cthulhu a special prize. Cthulhu got a mystic cloak. This accessory for Crystal boosts her stats. Now Christmas Eve the 6th. Cthulhu feels a pressure on his head as if someone is trying to smother him with a pillow. This is, in fact, what is happening. Wakey, wakey! Get off me! Wake up, Cthulhu. I found someone who knows where a League of Christmas Evil member is, hiding. This is Baba Yaga. I'm Baba Yaga-chan. Pleased to meet ya, boss. The League of Christmas Evil is in the last place you'd expect, Santa's very own toy workshop. When the cat's away, the mice will play. I only do chicken metaphors. When the chicken's away, the chicken will play. Makes sense. The chicken are on vacation, so we're having a good time and playing. Not particularly relevant though. So, new girl with the chicken on your head. What's with the chicken on your head? I like chickens. That's it. I'm a trendsetter. Everyone will be wearing a chicken on their head next season. Baba Yaga, Baba Yaga. I think I've heard of you. Aren't you supposed to be a lot older? I'm actually a 1,000-year-old witch. I just look like a kid. Seriously? No, that's nuts. Anyone who tells you that is covering for something. What you see is what you get. Indeed. Thanks for the lead. Let's go to Santa's workshop tomorrow. I'm coming with. I hardly think we need to take some kid. And a chicken. Don't be dissing Cluck Cluck. On our quest, we can handle things fine by ourselves. And that's where you're wrong. Baba Yaga and Cluck Cluck have joined your party. I hate it when he does that. In combat, Baba can gain chicken power. I missed that because I accidentally hit the button. At 100% chicken power, chicken moves are twice as effective. At 200%, 3 times as effective. Use the power of chicken wisely in order to save Christmas. If she wants to join us on our noble quest to rescue Santa, I say the more the merrier. I don't want to rescue Santa. He can stay out of the picture forever, all I care. Look at me, I'm Santa I'm a big fat stupid head. What? Surely you can't mean that. Santa has been stiffing me on presents for years. I'm going to find him and make me give me what's rightfully mine, with interest. I've changed my mind. Baba Yaga, let's make the big man pay. You got it, boss. I feel like I'm losing control of the narrative. Tell me about it. It's now Christmas Eve the 7th. Just a few days ago, this place was bustling with happy sound of elves hammering, sewing, and otherwise building toys. Unfortunately, the Elvish Union has a strict no Santa, no work policy. As soon as Santa was kidnapped, they all abandoned their posts. Good guys have loyal followers? Santa's just a no-good capitalist piggy slave driver. Providing all the milk and cookies anyone could want is hardly the action of a slave driver. Whatever he is, he's my meal ticket to getting my powers back. We better search the place. Maybe we'll find some leftover toys. I doubt it. This place looks cleaned out. What's that, Cluck Cluck? You smell trouble? It's a little known fact that chickens have an amazing sense of smell, one that rivals the fiercest bloodhound. I don't think that's true. Besides the regular assortment of random encounter monsters, Cluck Cluck says she detects the presence of 12 bad little boys. The Yule lads. They've been eyeing Granddaddy's Christmas kingdom for years. They'll be eyeing a new kingdom soon, a black eye. Alright, let's get on with it. All right. Buddy, ball. She gonna get the book off. Got an antidote. I'm not done picking up around this area. Got a new weapon for Baba. Tinker Dress. This armor for Baba increases her proficiency with items. Shield. I don't know that I want to go that way yet. I think I want to go see if there's another treasure chest. Nope, that was nothing else. Okay. Let's go kick some booty. Nope, wrong way. Alright. Save it. Alright. Oh. Santa has abandoned you all. If you want toys, you're gonna have to bow to us, y'all. You don't get any points for rhyming all with y'all. You rat! Santa hasn't abandoned us. He's been kidnapped. No, I'm Dragon. Rat is over there. Huh? Hi there. With Santa out of the picture, we decided that it was time to go global. And what's more global than China? Our Icelandic names were so hard to pronounce for the rest of the world, but everybody knows the animals of the Chinese zodiac. Wait. So that means that one of you is named Chicken? Rooster, actually. Chicken would be better. Call yourselves whatever you want. Release the jolly old man to us or perish. There's 12 of us and only 3 of you. You're the ones that are going to do the perishing. Actually, the game engine only allows for 5 enemies at a time. 7 of you are going to have to sit this one out. No fair. And the Yule Cat gets a spot on the roster, so technically only 4 of the Yule lads gets to fight. 4 of you and a cat versus 1 of me? I like those odds. Don't forget about us. Alright, let me think about this for a minute. Oh, all stuff. We learned mistletoe. We beat them, boss. Can't we have a rematch with the other 7 Yule lads? No, that would be needlessly repetitive. Chestnuts. Now that we've defeated you thanks to a game engine limitation, you must tell us where Santa is. He's not here. I can tell you that much. How ridiculous would it be for us to hide his Santa in his own workshop? No, you're going to have to face the other 5 members of the Christmas League of Evil first. Give us the leftover workshop toys. We smashed them all to bits. Get out. Faced with the red-hot fury of Baba Yaga, the Yule lads flee the premises. Cthulhu, Crystal, and Baba all head back down to town, discouraged but not defeated, and a new day dawns. It's now Christmas Eve the 8th. Good morning, boss. Cthulhu opens his eyes. This time he's not being smothered with the pillow. Can I ask you something, boss? This early in the morning? No. But it's about you. I'm listening. How'd you get your own game? 2, actually. There's also Cthulhu Saves the World. I've been trying to pitch developers on Baba Yaga's Poultry Tycoon, but nobody's greenlighting it. No wonder, that's a terrible name for a video game. Just look at Cthulhu Saves Christmas. Cthulhu is me. It's awesome. Everybody likes saving things. And Christmas, ka-ching! So it's all just one big money grab where you pick popular words and string them together? Not quite. You still need a great elevator pitch. Nobody wants to tycoon chickens, but a dating sim where everyone's a rooster or a chicken, that would sell. And you could use the same portraits for all of the chickens and save money on asset production. Nobody would even notice. The right people would notice. A catchy name, a non-existent budget, and a bizarre concept are your tickets to a video game's superstardom. But I want my video game to be good. Sorry, I wasn't listening. My agent just landed me a starring role on a new pachinko game. I'll be going now, boss. Good talk. I think Alyssa LaSalle from Cosmic Star Heroine is in town. Maybe she could offer some pointers. Speaking of which, another game that I have. That's it for today. The voice from the beyond demands you to go to sleep. It's now Christmas Eve the 9th. So if we spend time with Baba, we can get an eggy dress, fencing sword, bomb, snow robe, feather pestle, fur tunic, and clean wand. Let's get an eggy dress. Cthulhu decides to spend some time with Baba Yaga. Hey boss, I want to show you something. Baba leads Cthulhu to a small hut on the outskirts of town. Ta-da! It's my house. Isn't it cool? It's just a hut. Now it's just a hut, but I've been working hard on it and it won't stay that way forever. What do you have in mind? I'm going to turn it into the world's very first living chicken hut. So it's a hut that also clucks at you? That's weird. No, it's not for chickens. The hut itself will be part chicken. But why? Who would possibly want that? Who wouldn't? All the loyalty of a chicken and the long legs of a chicken, all in the comfort of your own home. Just imagine it, boss. You wake up in the morning and your house has already laid an egg and made your breakfast. Or if you want to travel, just say the word to your house and it'll stand up and walk you there. I'm going to make a fortune selling these things. There's only one problem. I can think of a lot of problems, but which one do you have in mind? I only have a regular hut now. All of my attempts to turn it into a chicken hut have failed. That's where you come in. With your powers, we could crack this egg. What do you say? Hold on a second. I got something on my glasses. Blind as a bat. Actually, bats aren't wrong. I don't know why they say that. Oh. Infusing a chicken brain into a hut is such a bad idea. Oh, stop pushing the button. Yay, did you hear that, Cluck Cluck? We're going to make a chicken hut friend for you. Quack. After their discussion, Baba decides to clean up around the hut and discovers a useful piece of equipment hidden in the mess. Cthulhu got an eggy dress. This armor for Baba gives her bonus chicken tower at the start of combat. Cthulhu decides to go to the assembly hall where a meeting is already in progress. Welcome, everyone, to this session of the Cultists Anonymous. I am your group leader, Rose Thalen. Hi, Rose. Remember, this is a place free of blame and censure. If you're feeling comfortable sharing, that's great. If you don't, that's okay too. The important thing is that you move at your own pace. First order of business, do we have any new members? All eyes turn towards Cthulhu. Yes, it is I, the great Cthulhu. Bow down and worship me. Hi, Cthulhu. Glad to have you here, Cthulhu. Now, I think I see another new face over there. Hi, Rose. My name is Bob, and I've been cult-free for almost a year now. Hi, Bob. That's wonderful to hear, Bob. I know everyone says that the first year is the hardest. That's misleading. Every year is the hardest. I'm glad that you've chosen to come to our little organization. Everyone's family here. Wait a second. Did no one hear me? I'm Cthulhu. Hi, Cthulhu. That's it. Normally when I announce myself, people cower in fear, lose their minds, and become my abject slaves. That's not really our purpose here, Cthulhu. This is a safe place for ex-cultists to gather together, and through our unique 12-step program, return to normality. I don't understand. You don't have to. You're welcome to keep coming. The mere fact that you came today shows that you're ready to begin your own journey of healing. Cthulhu leaves the assembly hall, thoroughly confused. Cthulhu stops by the mall, buys something, it fails to fill the void within. Cthulhu got a feather pestle. This weapon for Baba gives her bonus chicken power at the start of combat. It's now Christmas Eve the 11th. Okay. Cthulhu decides to return to the assembly hall. Another meeting of the Cultists Anonymous is already in session. It was all Fatagan this and Fatagan that. I just felt like there should be more for me in life. There isn't. I know everyone says Lord Cthulhu is going to come and devour our souls, but just look at him. Does that thing look like he's capable of devouring anyone's soul? A temporary setback. As soon as I regain my power, I shall destroy the world. Please, Cthulhu, I'm trying to share here. No, this is good. Confronting your demons head-on is one of the best ways to release yourself from them. Now, Bob, is there anything you'd like to share with Cthulhu? I just feel like you've been lying to me all these years. Either devour the world or don't, but the constant empty promises are tiring. When I do devour the world, I'm going to eat you last. Now, Cthulhu, there's no need to be hateful. Look into my eyes. Not a chance. Recruit me into an eldritch cult? Shame on you. Recruit me into an eldritch cult twice? Shame on me. Things were so much easier in Innsmouth. Bob, I think you've made some important strides today. And Cthulhu, thank you for your ineffectual opposition. You've really made a difference. No, this can't be possible. Help yourself to a few cookies on your way out. Until next time, stay strong. Next to the cookies is a pile of books, magazines, and other reading materials. Cthulhu swipes one. Cthulhu got manga. This item inflicts sanity on all enemies. Ooh. That was a good thing to get. What should I get? Clean wand, snow robe, fencing sword, fur tunic. What the hell? Let's go with the snow robe. Cthulhu decides to go to the movie theater. Cthulhu, I didn't expect to see you here. I have a few free movie ticket vouchers you're welcome to have. Cthulhu receives 4 movie ticket vouchers. Each one is valid for any movie here. Since you've never been here before, let me tell you all about it. This hallowed institute used to be one of Santa's workshops, but when he moved to his current place, it went into disrepair. But then a plucky young entrepreneur bought the place out and turned it into a full-time cinema. And the best part? They only play Christmas movies. That's the best part? The Tagen. Why do you even come if you didn't like Christmas movies? Boredom mostly. What else was I going to do? Something productive? So what's playing today? It's a version of the Christmas Carol where all of the characters are played by dogs. Dogs! It's too late to back out now. Cthulhu and Crystal watch the dog movie. Inside the theater, Cthulhu finds a discarded shopping bag and loots the contents. Cthulhu got a snow robe. This armor for Crystal boosts her ice damage. That was even worse than I expected, and I expected abysmal. I thought they'd at least dub the dogs. Dub dogs? 2 hours of barking. At least I learned a new method to drive someone insane. Don't give up on theater just yet. Most of the movies are better than that, Drek. I don't believe you, and it's not like I have anything better to do. Besides, save my grandfather and Christmas? Yeah, but there's no hurry there when more terrible Christmas movies remain to be seen. Now, Christmas Eve the 13th. I ran into an old friend of Granddad, and he thinks he has a lead on another member of the League of Christmas Evil. This is Belsnickel. Our lawyers have demanded that we edit the following conversation. Hey, weren't you on popular TV show? I love popular TV show, especially when popular TV character does funny thing. That wasn't actually me. That was a popular actor doing a popular TV character pretending to be me. Hey, did you know that I was on a different popular TV show? It was just a TV playing your other game in a background shot. Super easy to miss. What about me? Popular children's movie totally ripped me off. Our lawyers have okayed the rest of the conversation for public consumption. Spill the beans, Christmas hobo man. Where's the league hold up? I was in the land of sweets having a nice chat with my friend the Nutcracker when an army of mice stormed the place. The Nutcracker fought bravely, but their numbers were too great. He shall never crack nuts again. That's horrible. Clearly the Mouse King is behind this. We must stop him. If we must, we must. Although, isn't the rat-filled dungeon typically the sewer dungeon? Sadly, we were unable to find an organic way of including a sewer dungeon in our Christmas-themed game. Please understand. Land of Sweets. I can't wait. We could turn our adventure into a game. Find a rat, eat a candy cane, win a battle, drink some hot cocoa, level up, devour a candy bar. That's the spirit. No point in adventuring on an empty stomach. Ho ho ho! Belsnickel has joined your party. It is now Christmas Eve the 14th. The Land of Sweets really is the best place for a wandering traveler like myself. Stone soup is so much better when the stones are gumdrops. The percent of chocolate concentration in the hills here actually goes up and down with the passing of the seasons. You haven't lived until you've eaten winter dirt. That's far too dark for me. I prefer spring dirt. It's light, milky chocolate with just a hint of hazelnut. Let's have a picnic. Not a chance. Candy gives me gas. My dietitian has me on a strict diet of tormented souls. Oh, these are tasty. Here, have a bite. Cluck, cluck. Quack. So where is this so-called Rat King? Mouse King. That's what I said. Cluck Sluck says she smells mice down the path that way. Let's go kill some giant mice like true RPG heroes. All right. That one. And that one. I don't think I got anything different.